Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin, and we're going to be updating where we are with our bull market support band. It currently ranges from 34,459 up to 37,322. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we talk about this basically every single week. I just want you guys to know where our bull market support band is. The reason being because this is where we held support during the last market cycle. Every step of the way. We also tend to hold resistance in a bear market. And we also said that when we hold it as support this cycle, sentiment can change on a dime. We failed to hold it here, and we quickly went down. We failed to hold it here, and we quickly went down. We finally held it as support, and look how quickly sentiment changed. So it still was important earlier in the cycle, but it hasn't actually been as important the last several months. Now, something I want to show is, as I showed in a prior video, it looks like maybe something like the 8-week moving average has been our support ever since we broke out of this 20-week moving average support back in October. We've been mainly riding up this 8-week moving average, which currently corresponds to approximately 49,180. Okay, but regardless, it's still a good idea to keep an eye on where the 20-week moving average is, or the 21-week EMA if you prefer. And again, the 20-week SMA is now at 34,458. So we could drop to that level and still be, by this definition, in a bull market, right? I mean, last cycle, again, we had several corrections. Again, we're not saying we're about to have a 40% correction every single week. I tell you guys, it's more likely, the price is more likely to go up. Eventually, that statement will be wrong. Well, I don't think it'll be wrong. It'll just it's more likely to go up each and every month. But eventually, we know we will have a momentum shift where things cool back down. But what's interesting is if you were to take a measured move from the current valuation, it would be about a 40% drop. And we know that we've had 40% drops in the past, in the last cycle, and that can be somewhat scary, but it doesn't mean that we can't recover. So, for instance, a 40% drop from where we currently are would take us down to approximately $35,000. But if Bitcoin were to continue moving up higher for a few more weeks, and maybe, let's say, it goes to the mid-80s or something, a 40% drop from that level, could be somewhere closer to $50,000, or if it's a 50% drop, it could be closer to $43,000. So we need to be prepared for anything. Obviously, if we get the opportunity at the 20-week moving average, I'm sure the bulls will come out and try to hold the line, because as we know, at least during the last cycle, that was our support. Okay, so there's no guarantees we will hold it, of course, but it's something to keep an eye on, because when we held it back in October, again, that was what caused the sentiment to change on a dime. We had 6 weeks where we tested it. We said we need more than 1 week. We need several weeks, ideally several months. We got about 6 weeks of testing it and then blast off. Okay, and we really haven't looked back ever since. We had a 30% correction here, about a 31% correction or so. We had another 26% correction here, 26, 27%. So no major 40% corrections yet this market cycle, but I just want people to keep an eye on this number, because it is moving up each and every week. So remember, the 20-week moving average today is at 34.5K, but it's moving up relatively quickly, and in 2 or 3 weeks, the 20-week moving average will likely be crossing $40,000. Okay, that'll be a significant milestone and something to keep an eye on. We only recently crossed $30,000 just like a couple weeks ago. So you can see how quickly the 20-week moving average is moving up, obviously because the price of Bitcoin is moving up. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Actually, before we go, I want to do a measured move here. We are now looking at 161 days from testing it. The longest we went last cycle was this move here, where we went about 126 days. And this is why I keep saying that this cycle looks more similar to this one, where this was 154 days. If you don't include this wick where we actually came down and broke it, it was 231 days. If we were to go 231 days before we really broke below it, or had a reasonable test of it, that could theoretically put us out in the end of May. Okay, so it's hard to know exactly how long it will take us. I imagine we will get a sustained correction at some point in the next few months, and the 20-week moving average will become important. But until then, momentum so far continues to take us up, so let's buckle up and see how high we can go. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Remember, we have the altcoin season sale. You can find a link to that in the description below. Check that out. You get access to these trading view indicators, the weekly reports and videos, the Telegram alerts channel, the risk dashboard, the Into the Cryptoverse app, premium only live streams, and more. So check it out. Sign up before the prices go up. We're going to raise them in a couple days. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 250,000 subscribers. I'll see you next time. Bye.